That's going to be my project for all the veterans, so you can have a place to go. It's going to be a 24-bed unit, so you can have a place to stay too. If you have a hard time to see a place to stay. The other project that I'm going to be working on is the Bottled Water project. Can you imagine the Crow tribal emblem on the bottled water going all over the world from this nation? You got to think out of the box. And the other project is a Boys and Girls Club. We're going to revamp a Boys and Girls Club for all the Boys and Girls Club here on the Crew Reservation. Around here, I'll be working on that. It's a great day. Great things are coming. That dark cloud is gone. The wind took it away. We had a great parade. Everything is going to be good. With your help, you got to remember, with your help, with your good thoughts, with your good prayers, things are going to happen. The 1948 Constitution is in the wind. No more greed, no more jealousy. You can't have that with the 2001. You got to help us. This new positive change, team chance. Go forward for all of you.
Thank you very much, Vice Secretary Sean Blackpool. Now, for his acceptance speech, the Secretary of the Great Crow Nation, Alvin Nodafray Jr.
It's your prayers, your hope, and your goals that we're enforcing today. Without you and your ideas and your roots, where you come from, if that wasn't our background, how could we serve you? Also, as we campaign during this season, we recognize the hurt, we recognize the need, we recognize where our Crow people stand today. Our heart and our compassion for our Crow people is a lot. And our current chairman now has a lot of compassion for the youth. That's our future. That's what we look out for. And then our elders, we respect our elders. We take care of our elders. Again, if we don't recognize these things, we stay in the hole that we're in. Back to this campaign session, as we hit a house, and we went house to house, we recognized again all the deficiencies, all the problems. Without good people in office, we cannot fix these problems that we have. Now we plan to employ good qualified people to take care of our people. And these good qualified people, you should be proud because they're Crows, not guys from off reservation, not guys from Arizona, New Mexico, wherever. We can build a house from ground up, guaranteed, without any outside influence, without outside money. We can take care of that with ourselves, with the skills, knowledge, and the good Lord making it happen for us. We need healing. The land needs healing. The land is abused. The people are abused. We recognize that. So the hope we want to give you is the same hope you gave us to conquer this executive position that we have now. Aho Gashi.
Thank you very much, Secretary Alvin Nodafray. Now to address the Assembly at this time, a young man that served as Senator from Mighty Few just vacated the office of that seat for the Mighty Few. An election will be held, and that election will be overseen by the gentleman that just addressed the Assembly, Secretary Nodafray. But now we go to the next in command, Vice Chairman of the Great Crow Nation, Dana Wilson.
Thank you, Corky. Positive change. We all agreed, not just us, but you here helped put us here, and you also agreed that we do need a positive change. This thought is not new. we remember back in the late 1800s, during the forced boarding school era, it was a terrible time in our history, when many young children and some parents actually died of broken hearts. They were taken away from their homes and placed in these boarding schools. Our leaders at the time understood that we needed a positive change. That idea brought in day schools. Our chief, Plenty Cool, understood that our way of life was changing. He encouraged the young people at that time to go to school and to learn the white man's ways, lest we become his victim. Our leaders then were looking out for us, for our future. They didn't know that we were going to be born, but yet they still had it in their hearts to look out for us. If you think of that time, you know it's hard to imagine what things were like. The way of life was changing. And that time, you know, as Salga people, we were all very oppressed. If some of you probably remember back in the 1950s, you know, in Sheridan, different places, there were signs on the doors saying, "No dogs or Indians allowed." The signs are no longer there, but what did it take to have these signs removed? There was some kind of positive change. Somehow that oppression has lifted. I say lifted, it hasn't been removed. There's still a lot of oppression out there. Sometimes we go someplace and they look at us funny, they follow us around in stores. It's still there. There's still a lot of work to be done. Today, Montana State Superintendent of Public Instruction is Ms. Denise Juneau. Is the first Native American to serve in that position. Now, all the schools in the state of Montana are mandated to teach Indian Ed for all. And it was started back in 1972. However, it was never funded or never implemented until Brian Schweitzer took office. That happened in 2005. So today is a turning point for all of Salga people. I remember at our council meeting in October, County Commissioner Fitzpatrick got up and he said all this bickering between the branches it's no good. And I believe that. You know, there's 3 branches of government, separate but equal. And that bickering, from this day on, it's my duty to stop all that. We're going to have a good, relationship. And if we stand united, at the end of the day, we're all Salga. We all have to agree to disagree sometimes. I might not like what Senator Stewart says, but at the end of the day, he's a pro, I'm a pro, we shake hands and we go on if it's best for everybody. What's best for everybody might not be good for me personally, but if it's best for everybody, that's all we have to be. But along with every change comes growing pains, and probably not everybody will like it. But I believe with your help, everybody here that put us here, you set us here, and you agreed to let us govern you for the next 4 years. With your help, we can start a positive change. And what I'm talking about is a sovereignty, a deep sovereignty that surpasses any political boundaries or anything, but something that starts inside of each and every one of your hearts. It's, I'm proud to be a Salga, and together, we need to work together to set the bar high for ourselves, set our expectations high, expect more from ourselves. I say this because I believe in each and every one of you. I know that we are all capable of breaking the status quo of people wanting a job and coming in whenever they feel like it, leaving whenever they feel like it, and still wanting an 80-hour paycheck. Our reservation is it's precious. Yesterday when they were talking about the veterans, they fought for this land. The veterans before them, our chiefs, our warriors, they fought and their blood is intermingled with the dirt. And, together, we need to take care of our reservation. People, they drink their pop or their beer and they throw it out on the ground. That's not good. So it's up to each and every one of us it's up to me to pick up that trash, to make our reservation beautiful. We need to take care of it. At some point in everybody's life, Salga, at least one time he or she thinks about what it would be like if they were sitting in office. You know, some of you have probably thought of that, you know, maybe I could do a better job, I could do this, or I'd hire my best friend or something. You know, everybody's probably had that thought. But never in any of my wildest dreams did I ever think that one of these days I'd be standing here, and I'm very humbled by it. I appreciate that, you know, you people have the faith in me that I could do a good job and you'll stay home. I grew up in the Mighty Few district. I went to school there. My folks are both from there, and you know, we're proud of our home. From there I went to Lodgegrass and graduated from high school there, and I don't like to brag, but you know, at the time these guys, they had the best basketball team in the state of Montana, and they actually have, you know, it's easy for somebody to say, yeah, how was this, how was that, but these guys, they have the hardware to prove it. And right now, if you're here, whoever was part of that team or anything, Gordon Jr., I'd like you guys to stand up and be recognized. From 88, 89, and 90, these guys were three-peat state champions, whoever else on that team. Thank you, guys. I went to college for a while, and I dropped out, and I went to work as a heavy equipment operator. Did some road jobs and stuff, and then I went to work at Sarpy. And it was then when I first kind of started dabbling in politics, started getting involved in union politics, and then from there I ran, and I was lucky enough to be elected to the legislature in 2002, and I served, you know, probably up until just a few minutes ago when I was sworn in as vice chairman. I left the mine and I moved to Missoula after my wife was accepted into graduate school. And during that time I was, you know, kind of going back and forth, not doing anything. I was getting kind of heavy, and my thumb was getting kind of sore from sitting there and pushing the remote control button, watching TV. So I started taking classes, and just last May I graduated with a Bachelor of Science degree in geology. That was a positive change for me on a personal note. You know, first of all, I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for God and the people that prayed for me. Everybody, you know, all the prayers that, you know, were Crows. They saw it. And we have a way of doing things. We have our clan system. We have pipe fasting. And because He answered our prayers, that's why we're standing here. And, you know, we're going to do right for you people. Because you pray, you know, we all pray together. That's the way we do it. I'd like to thank my wife and my kids. They're standing beside me all the whole way through. Sometimes this is, we all know that tribal politics is dirty. And even though we weren't there for a while, after the primary direct election, you know, there was still a lot of mudslinging, and it was pretty bad. And you know, they stood beside me. They did everything that they could, and then some. I love you guys. There's some other people here I'd like to thank. You know, I have a long list. If I went by and named everybody one by one, we'd be here for a long time. I'd like to thank my mom and dad for raising me and teaching me that hard work and prayer pays off. Like, if you pray and work hard, you know your prayers are going to be answered. If you trust in God and believe in your prayers, that no matter what you're up against, even if it looks like you're not going to do it or it don't look too good for you, that prayer will get you through this. And this team here, we prayed, we got through this, and we won. I'd like to thank my in-laws for all the money, the donations, the giveaway stuff that they helped me with. I can't speak directly to them, but you know, they all know who they are, so please stay home up. I'd like to thank Lori Fay and Dave Evans, all your kids. You know, you guys were troopers. You stood right there with us. You know, we were in a ditch. You were in the trenches with us. A little history. I don't want to embarrass these guys, but they got. There's a lot of them. They got 5 kids. And Dave, he works at the water plant for the tribe, and he's been working there for quite a while. And they don't really make a whole lot of money. And he knew that every day that he supported us. You know, he was there cooking with us, and he could have gotten laid off, but he didn't care. He was there openly supporting us. I say that openly. You know, he wasn't afraid to show his face. He wasn't afraid to lose his job. You know, he was there behind me because he wanted to be. Thanks, guys. I'd like to thank my grandfather, Ronnie Stewart, my little brother Tristan, Dexter, Corky, the wife, Clarice, Larry Blacksmith, my vote watcher, Tubby Stone, my spiritual advisor, Gary Ellenmill, my proxy, Jobo. He was there when I wasn't around. Jobo was my proxy, and I'd like to thank Dr. Joseph Medicine Crow for being here. He's a World War II veteran, and I believe he's the eldest Crow tribal member here. And he also gave me my Indian name, Aho. And everybody else that openly supported us, you guys were there for us. Each and every one of you, I thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. I'd like to thank Darren for asking me to be a part of his team. Rashawn, AJ, your guys' families, everybody, you know, for always being good to us. God bless you guys. Aho.
Before we proceed any further, the young man that dedicated a lot of his efforts toward the youth. He was drafted to be part of a team assembled by the late Carl Van. He said, with your experience working with youth, you can be the voice and the spokesman for the youth of the Saroga Nation. We accepted, became Vice Secretary, serving 2 terms, and now assuming the reign, leadership of the Crow Nation. Please welcome Chairman Darren Okayo.
I gotta get used to this. Every time they say Vice Secretary, I almost stand up. I gotta get used to this, but first off, I'd like to say a few words in Crow language to my people, all of you that aren't fortunate enough to speak Crow. Bear with me. Saluga, Noabe, Emuluk Baija, Amalawalak, Ila, na Mawish Kasush. Well, that look to a show. Yagana, Emuluk Baija, Ilum Galgoy, Ila, Bahimishtik, Malanaska Shoja, Galgoy again, Ochbagadesh, Yehona, Enamada Pagago. Amalanaska, Magic Chair, Kessaga, Shagik Bualio, Malo get that, Chile, Noanga, Bawikimali, Bambechio Apsu. The Lula Vietnam Bambechio is Homo. Members of the Samoa Nation, senators of the legislative branch, judicial branch, Governor-elect Senators Tester and Bonkus, lawmakers of the state of Montana, commissioners of Yellowstone and Bighorn counties, tribal leaders of Indian country, and distinguished guests, and to my clan fathers and clan mothers, I humbly stand before you, before all of you, and say thank you to the people of the Samoa Nation for giving me this opportunity to take the oath of office as chairman of the Great Crow Nation. Today I see the result of what my great-great-grandfather, Mawak Kulawaj, sits in the middle of the land, said when he told the U.S. representatives at the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868, what the majority of the Crow people decide will be the governing rule. By your majority votes cast on November 3rd, 2012, is the reason I stand here today. To all the leaders
To all of the leaders and lawmakers of tribal governments and state and national lawmakers present here today, I say thank you for your presence today. It is an honor for me to say to you, welcome to Positive Change. I can truly say that this afternoon with confidence and hope in you, the members of the Apsáalooke Nation, for it is you, the Apsáalooke people, who will bring about that change. And it is in you, the Apsáalooke, whom I have hope and confidence for today. As a nation, we have turned a bend in the trail of our people and are looking down a valley of opportunity, a valley of positive change and a new direction in the history of our nation. Today is a historic day, a day where we begin a new chapter in a Crow government to implement change, a positive change, to lead and go with the Crow Nation to a better tomorrow economically by developing the vast mineral deposits underlying this great Crow reservation, by capitalizing on opportunities made available to the Crow Nation by the U.S. government and major developers, by utilizing the talents and knowledge of members of the Crow Nation. Before we realize economic prosperity, we face a tough challenge to get back on the right track, to correct the financial state we are in today. We have a lot of work to do, new and old business, to explore new avenues of good economic return for all Crow members, to revive projects started but have gone stale. These are some of the older business projects that had promising financial return for the Crow people. We face challenges in healthcare. The Crow Service Unit is only a shell of what used to be adequate healthcare providers. We are limited in funds allocated. We as elected officers will diligently seek more funds for the Crow Service Unit so we can be at the level it once was or better than ever. This will take a lot of work where it has never been done before. We, the 4 officers and our competent health staff, will not be afraid to venture into new territory to find ways to help our Crow people. To understand this new direction and where we are going, we must know where we have been. Since our forefathers began to search for peace and prosperity in the foothills of the mountain of the future, where the sacred tobacco grows, our people have been through countless changes. And upon finding that mountain of the future and the sacred tobacco, they did for a time live in peace and prosperity. But with the encroachment of non-Indians that forced warfaring tribes to the east to seek new homeland, we have had to fight to maintain our homeland, which Ada Push described as the land that First Maker put in exactly the right place. It is said that our homeland is not just land, but it is land mixed with the blood of our forefathers who fought and died, so we may enjoy what is left of the 32 million acres that sits in the middle of the land, spoke of as the land encompassing the 4 main poles of his lodge, from the headwaters of the Yellowstone to the headwaters of the Powder River, down to the junction of the Yellowstone and the Bighorn River, the Missouri, to the headwaters of the Musselshell. Through the successive treaties and executive orders, change has never been positive for our people. Treaties that have forced us to cede lands to settlers, gold miners, railroads, and cities, have forced us onto the reservation and changes that have plagued our people for generations. In a struggle against poverty, unemployment, and addiction, it is said that all that is not true change will disappear. And today, as we stand on that ridge and look down into the valley of positive change, it is my hope and confidence in you, the Apsáalooke people, to make all the negative change of the past to disappear. For with the wisdom of past generations, the knowledge of our educated youth, and the courage of our current generation, who have assumed a symbolic staff of leadership among our people. We, the Upsalaga, can make that negative change of the past disappear. But we have taken a great responsibility, a challenge we may not finish in this administration, but today we must begin. As we begin our journey down the valley of positive change, education must be our vehicle. We will begin by utilizing the talents and knowledge of our educated youth. We have made campaign promises to give the $1 million tobacco tax fund back to college students and a portion to Little Bighorn College with stipulations. We will begin training Upsalaga members to meet the needs of the changes that we envision. We will take some of the water settlement money set aside for education to train truck drivers, heavy equipment operators, carpenters, electricians. Through Little Bighorn College, we will make funding available to educate our Crow students in fields of education to meet the future needs of a Crow economy, health, and education. We will seek avenues to develop our most precious natural resource, the youth of the Crow Nation. By education, training, and vocational skills development, we will seek funding to improve the current level of service now available in the education department. There is much work to be done. This is a task we knew that is one of our campaign goals is to right the mistakes and seek ways to help our Crow people, and not just a certain few, but all Crow members. Yesterday is gone, but the tribal government problems of yesterday are still with us today. This is the hard work we knew we had to tackle if we were successful in our bid for office. We have to put the indifferences aside and work for the betterment of all. For there is only one Crow tribe, and that is we here in this great country of ours. We will develop programs to establish pride and a high self-esteem in our youth, beginning with the daycare, Head Start, elementary and high school. We will begin to develop road and power lines and infrastructures to encourage Upsalaga members to return to individual allotments and heirship lands. Once we have developed our human resource, then we can begin to talk about Upsalaga economic development. For so long, the tribe has been the major owner and beneficiary of small business and economic development on our reservation. The positive change we talk about and the new direction of our nation will now focus much of its efforts of economic development on making opportunities available for members of the Upsalaga Nation to succeed as business owners. It is my hope and vision to see Upsalaga own the filling stations, convenience stores, restaurants, tourist attractions, fishing guide service, farms and ranches, tire shops and quick lube stations, clothing and grocery stores across the reservation. To accomplish this, we will make guaranteed loans available to our own bank. Only then can we say we have a Upsalaga economy. To succeed in this valley of positive change that we envision, we must reestablish the traditional values of our forefathers, values that required hard work and self-sufficiency. For education alone is not enough. Lenny Coombs once said that education is their most powerful weapon. What he forgot to say was that along with education, we must be consistently dedicated to hard work to succeed in any endeavor in which we undertake. I stand here this afternoon as chairman of the Upsalaga Nation and as the first member of my Began clan in 85 years to ask you to join me in this journey down the valley of positive change so that our children, grandchildren, and future generations of Upsalaga can enjoy the freedom, peace, and prosperity that we promised our forefathers so long ago. At this time, I'd like to thank all those people that supported in our bid for office. And along the way, I thought Sean was going to say this, but he didn't. While we were campaigning, we were thinking of slogans and pictures, and my brother Eric there gave us a poster, and he had the guys from Tombstone. And everywhere we went, we had to say, "I'm your Huckleberry." So today we stand up here. When we say that, we're saying we're going to stand for you. We're going to fight for you. And the Crow people, if you look even in the Bible, it talks about, "I'm your Huckleberry." It means God is going to stand with us and be with us. And today we like to thank my wife, Bonnie Joel, my daughters, Shireen and Evelyn, my sons, Zelby and Carlo, and all the people who stood beside us. I thank all of you, and God bless you all. Home.
This time, conclusion of speeches by our newly elected officers. Now, we go to our singers who are going to sing a Warrior Society song of the Lumpy Wood, where the words say, "Our blankets are together, I am here, our lodges are together." David, David. God did it. And then also reiterating what our officers have said all along, they are together in leading the Crow Nation to a better tomorrow. And now at this time, we're going to call on the microphone the Speaker of the legislative branch of the Great Crow Nation, who will make his introductions of the fellow senators. Then we will go into introduction and honoring that is brought forward by representatives of the Mandate Hidatsa Rikura. We'll be calling you up very shortly. But please welcome Speaker of the legislative branch, Mr. Kenneth Shea.
Oh, thank you. It's a glorious day. We've all come together. We had a vision, but now today we're recognizing that day. Sean, AJ, Dana, Darren, we spoke about this. We had rallies, we had primaries, the generals. Now today, we start that office. And I'm up here to announce that we now have vacancies for the Reno district and the vacancy for the Mighty Few district. So we now have those two vacancies that we have to announce to you, the nation. Also, there's a lot of people here who have come to celebrate with us. But we came through some little struggling times, the legislative branch. When I say that, struggling times. The legislative branch. We've always stood up for you, the people. This past June, the past administration tried to force us to do what they wanted to do. But I think we should give my fellow senators a round of applause today, because when they held our paychecks for the month of June, these men you see sitting up here, they said, no, we're going to do what's right for the people, because it's your land, your mountains, your coal, your oil. It's yours. And they stood up for you. And today we're celebrating because, as you see, we've all come together. So I'm going to announce my fellow senators that are here. I got a call this morning from two senators that we were dealing with. They got sick after the Friday night when we were meeting at the legislative branch. Senator Goldhead, Dookie from Pryor called and said he had to go to the ER last night. So he wouldn't be able to make it, but he sent us congratulations to you four. Also, Senator Not Afraid, Leroy, Justice of the Peace, Big Horn County, it called also. He's the same way. He had to go to ER as well. We've all come together. They kept resisting. Resisting. The reason they were resisting is because justice is coming, and today justice is here with these four in office. So I'd like to say thank you to my fellow senators. We had quite a summer. I'd like to thank Lawrence T. Crane from the Pryor District. Stand up, wave your hand to the crowd, Lawrence. Senator Junior Rilberg from the Mighty Few District. Senator Yo-Yo Not Afraid of the Bighorn District. Senator Pat Alden Jr., the Bighorn District. Also, Senator from the Black Lots District, Noel Two-Leggins. Senator C.J. Stewart from the Black Lots District. Senator Manuel Coversup from the Lodge Grass District. Senator Lucky Kylegrund from the Reno District. And Senator, Secretary of the House also, Knute Okro from the Lodge Grass District. I would like for one more person to stand up, to raise his hat, because those of us that are sitting here as senators, when he was chairman, he could have said, no, we don't need a legislature. We'll keep the power here on the executive side. But he didn't. He's the one that gave the go-ahead to start a legislative branch and have the constitutional change. So I want to recognize today Clifford Bergground. Stand up. Because of this great man here, we have a legislative branch who speaks up for the people. And I also like to thank everyone for coming, the visitors. Mr. Ronnie Brew, tip your hat from Mandaree, brought his horses out here and got in a parade with us today. I adopted his boy at Crow Fair, outfitted him. Cody Brew, travels the United States with the PBR. Also like to thank Randy Phelan, he's the Mandaree representative. just recently elected a month ago for the tribal council for 3 affiliated tribes, so thank you for coming. Also like to thank Dr. Yarlett for coming today too. It's good to see you. Also good to see you, Curtis Yarlett from St. Labray. We have many good people here, and I'm glad to see everyone here. State Senator Sharon Paraguay, it's good to see you here also. Today we're coming to witness their swearing in to office. And what you had to say today was great. And it's good that you're giving the glory to God too, thanking God. When we came through, we prayed. I don't know if anyone will talk about this, but I'll bring it out right now. While we were waiting for the chief judge to come, all the senators and these 4 gentlemen were in that back room getting ready to come out. But before we came out, all the men, we got together in a circle, all the senators, with these 4, with pastors, these 2 pastors here. We grabbed hands. We said a moment of prayer for each and everyone, for all the nation today. And that was the greatest feeling I've ever had. When you see that, when I felt that presence today, is that our nation is meant for greatness. And today is day 1 of that greatness. I've been saying this all year long, that 2012 is going to be a good year for us. It's going to be a good year. And then on January 1st, 2013, I'll start saying that it's going to be a good 2013. We have to stay positive. When we stay positive, things will be good. So I'd like to thank all of you for coming and enjoying this day with the senators, with the executive branch and the chief judge. Today is a true day of positive change when you see all 3 branches celebrating together. We all come together. As I had said before, when we had our council at the grandstands there, 4 executive, 18 legislative, 22 on behalf of 13,000. You will now see the power in 22 elected officials moving on behalf of each and every one of you, all 13,000 of you. So, a whole to all of you for voting for these gentlemen here. A whole. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Senator Shane, Speaker of the House. This time I'd like to introduce these individuals and say thank you for being here today. Please welcome Managing Partner of Broken Arrow, Greg Carlson. If you will please stand and wave to the crowd, Greg Carlson. Paul, if I mispronounce, please excuse me. It's the first time I've seen this name. Paul Zimmer. That's there he is. Thank you very much. From the Office of State Senator Max Baucus, Jim Corson. I'd welcome, again, a good friend of mine who is there to help us in any cause that we present to him, always willing and offering to help. Good friend Commissioner from Yellowstone County, Bill Kennedy. The Superintendent of Blue Indian Agency, Vienna Stewart. The Fiduciary Trust Officer of OST, Lynette Berlani. The CEO of Crow Northern Cheyenne Hospital, Clayton Odell. The Clinical Director of Crow Northern Cheyenne Hospital, Robert Bates. The Acting Administrative Officer at Bighorn Canyon National Park Service, Rogine Whiteman. Executive Director at St. Labrie School, Curtis Yarlett. President of Little Bighorn College, called President Mao, Dr. David Yarlett. Representatives from Ursa Major, Steve Smith, Rodney Smith, Royal Freezing, and with Governor-elect Stephen Bullock, Andrew Huff. State Senators, State of Montana's District 21, Sharon Stewart Paragoy. Successful in her bid as representative from District 41, Patricia Ray Pepper. And also Representative then two gentlemen that we're very proud and honored that they are among us. They fought in World War II, two remaining World War II veterans. First of all, Mr. Charles D. Craig. Please. And also, a veteran of World War II, Dr. Joseph Medicine Crow. Also, member of the Mandarin District, Randy Phelan. Cody Brew, again, who was introduced a little bit earlier. And we'll be calling each and every one of you that have comments and speeches to represent those that weren't able to be here. But at this time, we call up Mandan Hidatsa, representative, speaking on behalf of Chairman Tex Hall of the three affiliated tribes. Please welcome Tiffany Hall. our regards and thank you to Tech. This time, call Randy Fenton to the microphone. Councilman Mandaree.
Yeah, but cool. Oh, what a go on. Thank you, all you great people. Good to see all the relatives here. It's a good day for you Crow people. I want to give these guys a big round of applause. I know how it is to campaign and it's hard. Let's give these positive change a big round of applause. This is their day. I don't want to take too much of your time, but I thank you for coming and come back home one of these days to Mandaree. Aho.
Thank you very much, Randy Fenton, Councilman from Mandaree. A while ago, while I was doing the intros, I kind of more or less skipped over some people, not intentionally, but these individuals have a comment and addressing the assembly. So with that, with Senator Tester's office, please welcome Rachel Court. Rachel, there she is.
It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm here, as he said, on behalf of Senator John Tester. He says, thank you for inviting me to share a few words. And congratulations to the entire Crow tribe. Chairman Old Coyote, we honor your experience governing the Crow Nation. And as your senator, I will work with your administration to find ways to improve healthcare and education in Indian country and to grow Montana's economy. Because Montana cannot prosper unless all Montanans can share in the success. Congratulations again, and please keep in touch with your Senator, John Tester.
Thank you very much, Rachel. Thank you. And now, to also address the Assembly, from the National Park Service, Little Bighorn Battlefield, please welcome Mr. Marvin Dawes, Sr.